Okay, this will be geometry section 10.5 through 10.6. This test will be given on Friday to my honors class on I believe tomorrow is the 19th. Make sure. Yes, and then the regular class will take it on Tuesday. Alright, on 10.6 it covers three types of problems. It covers the problems like we went over in class, such as this, where it is a chord and a chord, where you multiply. So, for instance, in this one, we would say 4x plus 2, and we'll times 8 is equal to 9 times 4x. So, those are the two chords that we set equal to each other, the product. So, we just distribute the first one. We get 32x plus 16 equals 36x. Now, we want to subtract 32x from both sides, which will give us 16 is equal to 4x, which then we'll divide by 4, and x will equal 4. And that would be the answer to that one. That's a chord and a chord. Okay? Second type of problem that we have is a chord and, not a chord, two secants. Okay? Two secants that intersect. So a circle that has two secants on your worksheet, for instance, would be number 3. Number 3 would be, let me zoom in, number 3 has two secants. So on this one, for number 3, what you must remember is to take the outside segment 4 times itself plus the inside segment equal to the outside segment times itself plus the inside segment of x minus 6. Now, combine like terms on the inside, so we'll have 4 and we'll have x plus 1 equals 5, and we'll have x minus 1. We get where you can see it. Zoom out just a little. So now all I've done is I've combined 4 minus 3 is 1 and 5 minus 6 is negative 1. Now I'm going to distribute. Get 4x plus 4 equals 5x minus 5. Okay? Now we want to, let's subtract 4 from both sides. So I'll have 4x equals 5x minus 9. Let's subtract 5x from both sides. So over here I'll have negative x equals negative 9. Divide both sides by negative 1. And x is equal to a positive 9 for your answer. Make sure on your test, though, that it says either solve for x, because if it says find the length of the segment, then you'll have to substitute the answer into the segment to find the length. I'll work one of those. So you have roughly, you have a chord and a chord, so it sets up like that, and then we have two secants that will set up like this, and we find x to be 9. And I'll leave that for a second. That was number 3 on your worksheet. Now, the last type of problem is the, and I'll pick one of the harder ones to work, probably the hardest one that we seem to struggle with. Let's go with 15. Okay, 11 I know is hard. We worked several times in class. I'm going to go to 15 now. Alright, 15, if you look at, has a secant and a tangent. And this is the part that's kind of difficult, the secant and the tangent. So, what we want to do first is we want to set the tangent, which is x plus 8 squared, equal to 12 times 12 plus 15. Okay, so x plus 8 squared means that I'm going to have to FOIL this one. And then this will be 12 times 27. And 12 times 27, find a calculator, plug that in. 12 times 27 is 324. 324. All right, now, I've got to FOIL this, so I'm going to go first, outside, inside, and last. So first would be x squared, outside would be plus 8x, inside is plus 8x, and last is plus 64. Now, you always can combine the two middle terms, and I get x squared plus 16x plus 64 equals 324. Alright, now what I need to do is subtract 324 from both sides so that I can set it equal to 0. So I have x squared plus 16x minus 260. Okay? So now I've got it set equal to 0. Now I'm just going to factor. Okay? Equal to 0. Second sign is a minus, so I write down plus minus, x and x. The factors of 260 that combine to 16 are 26 and 10. 26 needs to be positive, 10 needs to be negative. So I have x plus 26 equal to 0 and x minus 10 equal to 0. So x will equal negative 26 or x will equal 10. In this situation, in geometry, the segment length always has to be positive, so you can rule out that negative. So x equals 10, but in 15 it says find the length of h to g. So you would say 10 plus 8, and so my answer would be 18. So make sure that you check tomorrow to solve in equations. Now, lastly on your test will come from section 10.6, which talks about the equation of a circle. I'm going to quickly go to that one. And it is on, we are way down here, we are on page 10.5. 10.6 comes from page 636. Alright, equations of a circle. What you need to know about this, you've got x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. R squared would be the radius squared. H and K are the center of the circle, and X and Y are points that lie on the circle. So that's the standard equation of a circle. Now on the test, what I'll ask you would be some good problems to look at will be on page 638. And what we're talking about here are problems like give the center and the radius of a circle. So very easily, all you have to do, take out the negative 5 to positive 5 and the negative 1 to positive 1. So the center is at 5, 1, and the radius is the square root of 25, which is 5. The center of this one is negative 2, 3, and the radius is 6. So when it comes out, you just take the square root. You just change the sign and take the square root of the radius. Now the other way I can ask it, down here would be write the standard equation of a circle with the center, give the center and the radius. So for instance, right here, the center is negative 1, negative 3. You just plug it in and change the sign, x plus 1 and y plus 3, and if the radius is 6, square it to 36. So that's all you do. A good bonus would be on this one where it says center at 0, 0, and the radius at 1, it would be x plus 0, but we don't say plus 0. We just do x squared plus y squared equals 1 because 1 squared is 1. So number 19 on page 638 would be a great bonus question to look at. That is it on this test. Know how to do those 3 problems from those 2 work pages, 2 worksheets, and how to do these few equations of a circle problems, and you will be fine. Bring your worksheets with you. They are worth 50 out of 50 for doing them. Good luck, and see you on the test.